Welcome back. It's Amber and Joe, and probably with my favorite guest because he's armed, which is really cool. But he won't show me the gun. But that's okay. That's okay. Joe.
Okay, give it up for NYPD Sergeant Tarik Sheppard of the Criminal Intelligence. Okay, I'm going to screw it up, so
That's
I'm not
really
even going
cool.
to
Why
go
don't
there.
you say it,
Okay, but
Tarik?
hold on. The word analytics is going to be in this title, and check this out. We're just talking business as if business intelligence, as if we were sitting in a retailer right now managing our overall business. Tarik, welcome. Thank you for being here. Tell us your full title, please. And I'm sorry I screwed it up.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Amber. It's the Grand Larceny Analytical Unit.
See?
That's
Love
so
it.
cool,
Thanks
actually.
again.
So,
Okay,
Joe's
so,
got your first
see
question
that?
because I only get hot seat questions.
She threw this whole thing off when she said, and he's
I
armed,
can't help
right?
it.
I'm like, well, yeah, we're in New York, and he's NYPD. Of
I know,
course
it's
he's
still
armed.
cool, though.
Okay. First, seriously, thank you for being here, and thank you. Monday was Law Enforcement Appreciation Day, and let me just say that the retail industry thanks you for being with NYPD, the work that you do, and especially the work that you've done with the retail industry. So Tarik has led a specialized unit in early 2014. He came out to the LAAORCA conference in Los Angeles, California, and spent some time sitting back and learning about what LA was doing and what retailers and law enforcement had put together. NYPD obviously has significant depths of experience in that area, but LAAORCA was different. So he came in with a completely open mind. He flew back. He asked a lot of retailers for feedback, including agencies like LAPD, and then partnered with retailers here and created, as some of you just heard, the New York Metro Organized Retail Crime Alliance. So he doesn't stand alone here. He stands with a number of retailers, other law enforcement personnel, but really you've done a great job building this effort. And here's the first question I have for you. How did you get involved in this? What drove you to LA, to organize retail crime? Obviously, if you're doing the analytics, you see the problems. How did you connect the dots to retail? What drove you here?
Thanks, Joe. Well, the first thing is that I can't take credit for actually seeking these type of partnerships out. Commissioner Bratton was out in LA long before I probably was ever even in this police department. And one of the things that he wanted when he came back to the NYPD is to find a public-private partnership that's real, that works. And he didn't say anything. He just said, as a team, you guys go out, find what you think is worthy of me looking at and improving, and come back. And after talking with a few retailers about the problems they were having, I heard them mention something about an orca. And
what is an orca? It's a
I'm
whale,
sitting
but
in the
what is an
room,
orca?
And I'm thinking, I got my master's degree, and I have no idea how whales have anything to do
That's right.
with crime. And so after being dumbfounded, I finally asked, and they told me about LAAORCA. And I said, you know what? It's February, whatever it may be. I want to go out there and find out about this.
Because it's warm. That's why you mentioned the
so
February.
that was the first thing that I
Score.
got when I went and asked. They said, "Are you
He's
trying
a
to
smart
scam a
man.
vacation?"
He's a smart
Yeah.
man.
And they said, "What is this orchid that you're talking about?"
And the
I
weather
said,
was great, by the way, in
yeah,
February.
absolutely phenomenal. So I went out and I spent about a week. I saw you out there. I saw Ken Oder. I really was impressed. The most impressive thing was that I've been to a lot of trainings before. I've been through a lot of settings where there's a lot of people there. However, a lot of people are sleeping, not paying attention. And this was the first time that I went somewhere like that, and I saw people with pads out for the whole entire day. They were going to breakout sessions, and they were happy with the results when they were walking out. Very interesting stuff was going on. And so I said, this has to come back. And people already on the retail side knew about it. It was us, for a change, that law enforcement was slow. We had no idea about this, and we had no idea how many tentacles ORC has.
Right.
And so I was excited to get back. And when I got back, Bratton basically looked at me and said, "No kidding." I was just waiting on somebody to find it. And so we did, and it went really well. I talked to the Deputy Commissioner of Operations, Dermot Shea, and he pushed it up the chain, and quickly we was given the green light to take on this effort. And the retailers, right away were very excited because they've been talking about it for years. But we kept kind of like closing our door on them because most cops take this job to deal with violent crime.
Right.
And when you're stealing jeans or something, it's not sexy enough to get people to pay you any attention. And now they see the impact the ORC is having, and it's been great.
Well, you don't seem like a guy that would get very complacent, right? So you probably still have a wish list of things that you still want. So
Right.
what does that look like?
Well, one of the things, in all seriousness, that we need, we noticed that these are all traveling crews. And so we're going to need to partner up with the feds in some sort of way and have a regional group working. That's my primary goal, is to get a group that can, together in law enforcement, that can take cases across borough, city, state boundaries. Because a lot of these criminals live in New York, but they're committing their crimes outside of New York. So we can't chase them into your state, and you can't chase them when they come back home. So we need to work together, and that is a real wish of mine for this coming year.
That's brilliant. So we're actually getting the wrap it up sign, but you can't leave without the standard question. Okay, you're on Facebook, so person from work send you a friend request, accept or ignore.
Accept.
Accept. This is
Well,
our first
hey,
accept.
we have an accept.
So I think the lesson here is, although he is armed and kind of like the man, because it's so cool, he's a softie with the accept.
Then
Don't
you do a
think?
background check.
Yeah, then you do a background check. I love it. I love it. You can throw it over to Gus.
Okay,
Wait,
so
Gus.
Tarik, thank you very much for spending a few minutes
Thank
with
you,
us.
thank you.
We appreciate all the work that NYPD does, and we know that it's been a trying time the last couple of weeks in particular, but we appreciate what your unit does, what the department does, and all of law enforcement across the country. And I think Tarik made a really important point about that partnership. This is not just about retailers working together. This is about multi-agency efforts at the local, state, and even federal level. So we look forward to those additional partners. Tarik, you're always welcome back in Los Angeles. The
you.
weather's good.
I look forward to my
360 days of the
Facebook,
year.
My friend request at being
All right,
accepted.
all right,
That's what I look
gotcha.
forward to.